What's the mother fornicating deal? Welcome back to Sheldon's Bootleg Ass Studio. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know who you is and where you from as you fall up in here. It's late. It's 2 a.m. in the morning, Central Standard Time. Who we got up in the Bootleg Ass Studio? Who gonna pull up? Who gonna pull up? Got a few topics that we gonna lay out. And I'm gonna allow a few of y'all to get up in here before we get started. What's good? What's good? What's good? It is it's really Monday now, but Sunday night slash Monday morning, 2 a.m. It's a lovely day in Texas. Got a few crazy topics. I don't know if I want to do regular news or celebrity news, but we got a list of some things. We got quite a few topics to jump into tonight, y'all. It's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a doozy. You know, hit that like button as you follow in. What we gonna do first? We're gonna do regular news. We're gonna do celebrity news. It's a lot of celebrity news. It's a lot of celebrity news, man. It's a lot of regular news too. You know, what y'all want to hear? What y'all want to hear? Let me know. Hit that like button. Where y'all at though? Where y'all at? Let me see. Hmm. Okay, okay. Who we got up in the building? Hit that like button as you follow in. I appreciate y'all for putting up to the Bootleg Ass Studio. We finna get started up in this thing. If you want to donate to the channel, the Cash App is floating at the bottom of your screen there on the ticker at the bottom of the screen is $ Sheldon VYBEZ. Again, that's Sheldon VYBEZ 903. Any amount is highly appreciated. Your blessings will return to you tenfold. You understand me? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hit that like button. Share the stream, subscribe to the channel. If you're new around here, you know, let's dive in. Let's see where we're gonna go first. We're gonna go with the celebrity news, or is we gonna go with the regular news? Do I got a coin? We're gonna flip a tape. Ain't got no coin. Hmm. Hmm. Golden dollar right here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gold dollar, baby. Head, celebrity news, tails, regular news. Let's get it. Uh, Heads, celebrity news. Let's go. How y'all doing tonight? Slash morning. It's late. It's great. We finna get up into this thing. Make sure that like button is lit. Appreciate you for following up in here. You understand me? So we finna go and get started. Um, Now, since we did our great flip of the coin, we landed with celebrity news, so we finna jump into this celebrity news. You understand me? And let me turn off my ceiling fan real quick because it's getting a little chilly up in this thing. Hold up. All right, let's go. Now, if you don't know, the other day, a couple days ago, we live streamed Finesse 2 times. He was going live explaining the reason why he's going to have to turn himself into federal prison because of a violation of probation. He went into great detail on it, and he was very angry. He was heartbroken. Let him tell it. And yeah, he gave us about 45 minutes to an hour worth of content. And now he has turned himself in. He is in federal custody. All right, let's get up into it now. Now, according to TMZ, Finesse 2 times held in federal custody. Terroristic threats, arrest, allegedly violated supervised release. And there he is, Ricky Hampton. Finesse 2 times is back in federal custody, with prosecutors alleging his arrest for terroristic threats in Texas violated his supervised release conditions. The rapper's attorney, Carl A. Moore, tells TMZ Finesse surrendered to authorities Friday and is in federal custody. According to documents obtained by TMZ, prosecutors are alleging he violated his supervised release on 3 occasions, claiming he failed 2 drug tests, one in 2022 and the other in 2024, both times allegedly testing positive for marijuana. Look at him and Young King. The other alleged violation relates to his terroristic threats arrest in Texas earlier this year. We broke the story. A warrant for Finesse's arrest was issued because of an alleged October 24 incident involving King, a child star who Finesse 2 times was mentoring. King's then guardian claims Finesse showed her a gun under his shirt and said he would up that fire. He would up that fire, which is Memphis slang for pulling a gun. That's not Memphis slang. Who wrote this? That's urban slang, as you would say. That's hood slang. It's not Memphis. Did they originate that? I don't know. Anyway, the woman accusing Finesse 2 times told authorities she thought he would be capable of carrying out the threat, and she feared for her life. When we spoke to Moore back in January, he denied that Finesse ever threatened anyone, adding they were confident this matter will be resolved justly once the state of Texas applies the applicable law to the facts. Finesse 2 times has been on supervised release since he was released from prison in July 2022 after serving a little more than 3.5 years of a 5-year sentence for possessing a gun as a former felon. Finesse's next hearing is scheduled for May 8th. Damn. What do y'all think his fate will be come May 8th? Hit that like button. Who we got in the building? Let me know who you is and where you from. You ain't got to be shy. I ain't going to bite you. Let you a troll, then I might bite back. You understand me? I like a good little troll back and forth. Yeah, I get some of my trolls dog asses. But they don't typically show up on the live stream. You know what I'm saying? They like to hide behind them comments. We got up in the building. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. I guess ain't none of the true supporters popped up yet, because we got a few ghost watchers in the building. That's cool. Y'all ghost watchers is cool too. Y'all show support just by watching. You know what I'm saying? And I'm friendly with it. You feel me? But my true supporters, they be up in that comment section. I know it's late though. Some of y'all might be at work on their clock, putting in them hours. You feel me? Some of y'all may be on the road. Can't come in because you're driving, so it's all good. But Finesse 2 times is back in federal custody, and he only had 45 days left. According to him, he only had 45 days left on federal probation before he violated. How unfortunate is that? These sound so close. I had a professor who used to always say close but no cigar. I used to be like, close but no cigar. What the hell that mean? It took a long time for it to dawn on me. I'm slow sometimes, y'all. I be gassed up. I was gassed up in class. You know what I'm saying? It used to be like close, but no cigar. When somebody got the answer wrong or was close to the answer, but it wasn't the correct answer. But I get it. Close, but no cigar. That means close, but you didn't win. You don't get the prize. Some of y'all might have already knew that. Anyway, moving along to the next story. Let's go. Who we got up in the building? Lil Wayne in the hot seat right now. This thing say Lil Wayne caught sucking Madonna's juice boxes in wild Hollywood Truth or Dare. They told each other to dip balls in margaritas and more. Dip balls. What kind of balls is they talking about? Now, before I went live, I just seen that Madonna was wishing her 29-year-old Jamaican boyfriend a happy birthday or something like that. Let me see. Damn, I think I lost it. It's not on there. I didn't even save it. Let me see. Yeah. Right before I went live, she just yeah, she wished him a happy birthday. But anyway, I can't find it. But let's get up into this right here. They look like they having a little Hollywood orgy. I'm gonna let this ad play and I'm gonna share the screen with y'all. Give me one hot little second. All right, here we go. Let me put on my headphones. Who we got in the building? Hit that like button. Let's go.
Sure you all know why you're here.
Yes.
In this room, all bets are off.
It's tough.
Amy Schumer.
Oh,
Truth or dare?
dare, bitch.
Wow, starting off with a dare.
I want you to show me with this spread how you lick your husband's asshole. I mean butthole.
Lil Wayne love this shit. It's getting spicy in this motherfucker.
I think we're done. I think we're done.
Nope. He does have a gaping butthole. I don't think he'd mind me saying.
Okay, Eric, it's your turn.
This is kind of like sad and gross.
That and gross is very popular right now.
West, also known as Diplo. Ah, come on. Truth or dare? Dare. Yeah. My first thought was dip your balls in the margarita and then finish the rest of it.
You're so highbrow.
I'll do it. You don't have to show your dick.
Brooke said I'd do it. Oh
Yes,
man.
you do.
Hey, wow.
You can't go over there and hide it.
Well, you gotta show Madonna.
Yes, Jack, you have to verify that he's
I don't know.
I don't know what they about to show on this thing. You know, I'm live too, so I'm gonna take a gamble. I don't think he's gonna show me. Okay, yeah, they blurred it.
Verification. He did it.
He couldn't wait to hop up and verify. He dipped his own balls in the margarita and drunk it. I wouldn't have done that, but still,
The balls are disinfected now with the alcohol.
That's beautiful.
Do we do Madonna?
Don't ask, just do it.
Truth or dare?
don't ask, just
Dare.
do it.
I want you to tongue kiss Jack Black right now.
Okay.
They is doing what they do, eh? Okay, no problem. Demon time. Yeah.
I am a different
He
man.
ordered a
Yeah,
rock.
I'm also a different man. Bob,
Yes, Bob.
I'm going for a dare.
show us with this Evian bottle
Okay.
how you suck it.
This is what be going on at
Here
the
we go.
beauty
Here we
party.
go.
We can't watch it. No. Nobody won't see y'all late now.
We can learn from this.
I'm learning.
Woo! Yes, Bob.
Okay, it's Meg's turn. I feel sick. I'm gonna throw up. Okay, mine is Kate Berlant. Okay, if you could pick one person at the table to have 12 hours of sex with,
Well, no.
and after you have to go to a spaghetti dinner and disco. Yes!
Spaghetti dinner and disco. Why y'all do all that? Why couldn't just stop at 12 hours of sex?
All with the same
that's
person?
right.
Yeah, so you pick one person to go down on, go around town, have 16 hours of sex, disco, and
This was
spaghetti.
12.
Holy, it's 16 now.
It's Tuesday. I'm sitting at a table with Madonna. I feel so honored. I love spaghetti.
Can't eat spaghetti unless my mom makes it.
Well, she could be in the other.
Truth or dare?
Yes.
The dare is to create our original photo from the sex book with you and Wayne and Jack. Everyone against the wall.
He's a director. Let him do his thing.
Is it everybody? Where? Oh, I wasn't even invited.
He's a
A
director.
little bit to show me.
Show you what?
Not the downward dog. There you go.
I'm drawn to Madonna, obviously.
Okay, so then we build from there. Okay, Wayne on the other side. Grab them titties.
And Wayne out here in this madness.
Everybody, if you can't see the camera can't see you. Hold on, here we go. We did it. Got it.
You know what? I have one. Madonna,
Yeah.
I dare you to do a world tour and play your greatest fucking hits.
4 decades?
Yeah, bitch.
As in 40 years?
yes.
As in all those songs?
Fuck yeah.
We're talking.
We're
Like
talking
a Virgin.
open
like a
your
virgin.
heart. We're talking tropical on the island breeze.
All of nature, wild and free. This is where I long to be. La Isla Bonita. Wait, hold up. That's a lot of songs.
It's a lot of songs.
You think people would come to
They got this old spooky ass music in the background because they
Oh,
on
show?
Demon Time.
Well, I'll be there. Oh,
there?
yeah.
Madonna
I'm
sitting there looking like Satan.
there?
Look at her.
Okay, so the answer is fuck yeah. '80s, '90s, 2000s, decades of music avec moi.
Mm. Well, I don't even know if I know any of Madonna's songs, and if I do know, I didn't know she sung it. That's probably what it is. But man, they got some Diddy type activities going on at this party, huh? That was the PG version. Once those cameras went off, I'm sure it really turned up. Oh yeah, it really got grimy when them cameras went off. How much you want to bet? Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Who we got up in the building? Appreciate y'all for pulling up the ones that we do got up in here. You know. Yeah. Yeah, now speaking of Diddy, let's get up into it. It says Diddy's defense team is gearing up for his federal trial. Meet my defense team. It says Diddy defense team is starting to take shape on the eve of his federal criminal trial, and he's got some accomplished legal minds on his side. I believe that is starting off today. That will be later on today. It's starting off. The Bad Boy Records founder is rocking with Mark Agnifilo. The Bad Boy Records founder is rocking with Mark Agnifilo and Tenny Garagos, his lead attorneys, and Mark's being at the corner of some high-profile cases. Agnifilo previously defended NXIVM sex cult leader Keith Raniere, former bro. Oh, I remember him. That's the dude who had the little cult. Yeah. Okay. So he previously defended him. Okay, former bro. Martin Shkreli, IMF chief, Dominique Strauss-Kahn, and Goldman Sachs banker. Yeah, Roger Wynn, I guess. I don't know. Garagos is a partner at Mark's Film, and she worked with him on a rare case. Diddy's also being represented by Brian Steele, who is known for ripping Young Thug in the rapper's YSL Rico case. Now that is a bad mother fornicator. He got him as a attorney. You know, he fought for Young Thug. You know, they went so far as to try to jail that attorney for getting information that he wasn't supposed to have because they was on some slick shit, and he let them know, I know y'all on some slick shit, and I found out. The judge wanted to jail him unless he gave up the information on how he found out. He wasn't willing to come off of that information, so the judge threatened to throw him in jail, and he ended up sentencing him to like 20 days to jail, and he had to serve it on the weekends, you know, but end up being thrown out, and that judge ended up getting thrown off the case, and another judge had got picked up and put on it, and then another judge that got put on it. You know what I'm saying? It was like three or four judges that was on that case. But anyway, uh, my point is Brian Steele was fighting like a motherfucker for Young Thug, so it's good that Diddy got him. He gonna be swinging and throwing uppercuts for him. Says other artists on Diddy's side include Alexandra Shapiro, Jason Driscoll, and Anna Estavio, whatever. He's still adding to his defense as the trial approaches. Xavier R. Donaldson or Javier joined the fold Friday, giving Diddy a black attorney on his side. All of the prosecutors are white women, and the only black lawyer Diddy had on his team, Anthony Ricco, jumped ship back in February. Wonder why? The election is set to begin Monday, and there's a chance Diddy brings in another lawyer, and that Monday is today, which will be later on today because it's early 2 a.m., 2:30 a.m. As we've told you, he's looking for a black female attorney to add to the mix. Yeah. So he's trying to have a plethora, plethora of legal representatives. You know, a variety, diverse. Yeah. As we all know, we got Shannon Sharp battling the same kind of situation with accusations. Um, and so his accuser, Shannon Sharp's RAPE accuser, details an alleged incident where she claims Shannon assaulted her after she told him no. Okay, let's listen in and see what she got to say. Make sure that like button is lit up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And let's see what this lady got to say about Uncle Shay Shay. Hmm? I said no, even though I was thinking that. What would you think? You was thinking no, but you didn't say it, and you lying and said you said it. I don't, I don't understand what she said. I don't understand what she mean by that. Damn it! I'm trying to play this game. Why is this doing it? Come on now. Trying to play this again. We're gonna go through an ad because it refresh. Y'all bear with me. Oh, it's not gonna go through an ad? Oh, okay. So you met in the press room of the Broncos. So y'all dated from 2002 to 2010, and he just all of a sudden RAPE'd you. So y'all been getting it in from 2002 to 2010, and all of a sudden you told him no, he just took it from you, and it came to an abrupt. Still know, even though I was thinking that. Yeah, I don't understand what she mean by when she said I said no, even though I was thinking that. Because if you said it, you would say I was thinking that. So it sounds like you trying to lie about that you said no, but you really just thought it in your head, but you didn't verbally say it out loud. That's what it sounds like. I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But uh we got this article right here from the Shade Room, and it's saying the woman behind 2023 defamation lawsuit against Shannon Sharpe recalls alleged assault in her new interview. Okay, this clip of it that we just played says Michelle Bundy Evans, one of Shannon Sharpe's past accusers, is stepping into the limelight to tell her story. Michelle filed a lawsuit against Sharpe in 2023. This ain't the same Michelle that he was in that live with, is it? Anyway, it says Michelle filed a lawsuit against Sharpe in 2023, accusing him of defaming her for previously saying he forced himself on her. Now she's breaking down her allegations in a new on-camera interview. All right, as mentioned, Michelle Bundy Evans recently spilled details about her alleged time with Shannon Sharpe in a new interview with The Sun. She admitted she dated him while still locked in with her husband. You look skanky bitch is what it sounded like. So you was willingly having this affair, and even claimed Shannon asked her to leave her partner. hmm I don't know, man. The way Unc sound like him, I don't think he convinced you or tried to convince you to leave your man. I think Unc probably just wanted that wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Holler at you later. That's just me. I could be wrong. That's just my conjecture. All right. Michelle said she couldn't remember if she went through with the breakup. How you not remember if you went through with the breakup or not? You either broke up with somebody or you didn't. If you ever broke up with somebody, I believe you remember that. How many relationships are you in for you not to remember? You break up with everybody. You break up with so many people, you can't keep up with who you breaking up with. Is that what's going on? You having so many relations. You willy nilly with the thing, with the, what I'm saying, you willy nilly with the cat. Anyway, she can't remember if she went through with the breakup. So she say, however, she admitted feeling a way after finding out Shannon had moved another woman into his house without telling her. So when they said she couldn't remember if she went through with the breakup, was she talking about when Shannon convinced her husband? Convinced her to leave her husband? Or is they talking about leaving Shannon? Because Right after that, it's however she admitted feeling a way after finding out Shannon had moved another woman into his house without telling her. So I'm kind of confused with that because if she stayed with her man, why would she be upset with him moving somebody else in? And if she did break up with her husband for Shannon, okay, then I could understand it. But anyway, additionally, Evans called him out for never being faithful and made it clear she had no plans to stay loyal to him either. Says the woman who is cheating on her husband with Shannon. Okay. She also brought up one of their biggest blowups, saying they allegedly got into an explosive argument in person. Oh my gosh, he was just so big and black. I thought he was gonna beat me up, but he did something worse. He RAP'd me. I don't know. Or couples have arguments all the time, and sometimes they lead to explosive arguments. That don't mean that somebody putting their hands on each other. You know what I'm saying? Don't know. Michelle Bundy Evans didn't stop there. She opened up about Shannon's alleged behavior towards her. Michelle claimed he was controlling and allegedly even put his hands on her a few times before allegedly escalated to RAPE. Mm. He was controlling, domineering, manhandling me beforehand. Evans also alluded that Sharp wanted to be intimate with her, but she shut him down. I told him no because you gave it to somebody else. I didn't only tell him no, I told him why he wouldn't take no for an answer, so he overpowered me, Michelle said. Okay. So now we got a little context. He done moved somebody else in. She's supposed to be breaking up with her husband for him. But I don't know if she broke up with her husband or not because she don't remember if she broke up with her husband or not. So we ain't got that information. I'm under the impression she's still with her husband. So let's just say she's still with her husband. She want to have her cake and eat it too. But she can't do that because Shannon Sharp was breaking out them ducats and she was just with him for them ducats and she was breaking that out, paying bills at the house with her husband, the one that she really loved. hmm So she used the fact that he moved somebody else in to cut the access to the cookie off. And since she cut the access to the cookie off, she's alleging that he was so upset that he took it from her. Okay. Yeah, that's what's going on. All right. Also, Michelle Blondie Evans broke down why she didn't go to the police while dealing with the alleged abuse from Shannon Sharp. So we're gonna let everybody know the reason why, because I know everybody gonna ask, well, why didn't you go to police? So let's see what she got to say about it. She said she feared for her life and felt uneasy about reporting him since he knew many people, especially in law enforcement, that said she didn't trust that she would be safe. I don't believe that. I don't believe that not one bit because you have the complexion for protection, young ma'am, and everybody knows that. Even you know that. I know plenty of white people who admit to having white privilege, and there's nothing wrong with knowing that it exists. It's those of you who try to hide the fact that it don't. And if you use it to greater good, just like back in the day, black people would try to purchase certain things like Cadillacs. A white person didn't want to sell Cadillacs to a black man. So black people would find a white person who was willing to go purchase this Cadillac for them and be their front. So you could use your white privilege for greater good if you know that you got it, if you bring acknowledgement to it. So you know what I'm saying? What she's saying don't make sense because he can know all of the people in law enforcement. He can know the president of the United States. That's not going to stop him from being convicted. Now, he could possibly get pardoned. Yeah, maybe if he knows the president of the United States, but I highly doubt that. What you saying don't make sense. His black ass will be handed to him, to say the least. If you reported him when it had happened, his black ass would have been handed to him. I don't believe that you feared for your life. I don't believe that you thought that he had great pull in law enforcement enough to override your complexion for protection. I don't believe so, ma'am. Let's play this video right quick. Thank you, ho. Does she even look like Shannon Sharp's type? Maybe she was cute back then. This can't be the same Michelle that he just got finished knocking down on it live. So you cheating on this man. You cheating on your husband with this man. And you mad that he gave the ping up to another woman. This rich, powerful man that you claim, since he got so much pull in law enforcement and all this money, you don't think that he's slanging that thing around to other women? You think that he being able to you knowing that you got a husband, ma'am, and you have to do your wifely duties to your husband when he's wanting it. Because if you don't, he's gonna get to looking at you upside your head like, okay, it's been a week, it's been 2 weeks, it's been 3 weeks, it's been 4 weeks, it's been 5 weeks, it's been 6 weeks, it's been 7 weeks, 8 weeks, damn, 9 weeks, 10 weeks, and you ain't gave me no cat. Who you giving that cat up to? Who you giving it up to? So you got to do what you got to do to keep your husband under wraps. So you still giving that thing up, but you expect for Shannon not to be slanging that thing if what you say is true. If what you say is true, ma'am. You know what I'm saying? That's just not logical, and it ain't fair, ma'am. It ain't fair. So you should have either just cut dealings off with him or not expect for him to be slanging that thing around. You know what I'm saying? Or did I say that right? Or expect for him to be slinging that thing around? Yeah, yeah. Mm. And you ain't bite it. And you ain't bite it. He put his genitals in your mouth, and you ain't bite it, and you didn't want to do it. He forced you. You can't nobody open your mouth up. Nobody can open up your mouth unless they put a gun in your head. They will have to put something in your mouth to pry your jaw open. Because I don't give a damn how strong he is. Nobody can pull your mouth open if you got your jaws closed. Now, if he got you by the jaw and you know he hurting you some kind of way, what she say? I can't back it up. Maybe I missed something. Did she say he strangled her or something? But even once he got your mouth open, if you was struggling and fighting him to do all of this, why didn't you try to hurt him? This is the most sensitive part on the male, the genitals, the sexual organs. You know what I'm saying? So if he has his genitals in your mouth and you don't want to do it, why not just bite his shit? That's gonna bring him down to a decimal. You know what I'm saying? Mm, I don't know. I don't know. I ain't buying that. I can't buy that part at all. At all. Now you saying he took it from you? That's up for limbo. But you afraid for your life? I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, man. That's a lie. That's a damn lie. Ain't no white woman in America afraid to report a black man to the police. Ain't now white woman in America afraid to report a black man to the police. I don't give a damn what they done to you. No. Do you know black men, the most gangsters, black men bows down to police? You know this. You know this, man. Stop it. Stop it. Put that. Michelle Bundy Evans' 2023 lawsuit against Shannon Sharp outlined a decade-long relationship. According to the filing, their ties ended in the alleged assault. Claims of sexual misconduct were included, along with accusations of defamation, uh, libel, and slander. Those allegations were tied to what was described as Sharp's public response following the initial assault claims. Additionally, statements believed to have damaged her reputation were reportedly made by him. While legal proceedings remain ongoing, a restraining order previously filed against Sharp was withdrawn by Michelle, allegedly due to safety concerns. A rep for Shannon Sharp recently responded to Michelle Bundy Evans' defamation lawsuit allegations in a statement to page 6. The rep said Sharp and Michelle haven't had any contact for years. Okay, so it ain't the same Michelle that was on the live. They also called her allegations ridiculous and completely without merit. The rep pointed out that Michelle is representing herself and referenced her alleged probation record after serving a 3-year prison sentence. Oh, so she is representing herself and she done been to prison. What she go to prison for? What did she go to prison for? Huh? Hit that like button, y'all. Who we got in the building? We're gonna keep it rolling. We're gonna keep it rolling. So that's Shannon Sharp, and that's what he got going on. That's her. She's letting everybody know how it went down with her and Shannon Sharp. Allegedly, let me know if you believe her accusations. Is she telling the truth? Is she lying? Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. We're gonna move on along to the next topic. All right. Now we got Ye. Speaking of lawsuits, we got Ye planning to sue former dentist over alleged nitrous oxide abuse. Okay. Ye has been making his rounds in on the internet here lately because he has a new album out, Donda 2. And when I say that bad boy is fire, that bad boy is fire. I still haven't listened to the whole thing yet, but I've listened to enough of it to know that it's fire. You see what I'm saying? Now he was going on a rant earlier about earlier this well, this is a brand new month. So later last month, about how he at a young age had sexual relations with his cousin, gave his cousin fellatio, if you know what that means. And I don't know if it's true. If it's not, I hadn't seen the video, I hadn't clicked on it, but I seen it floating around on the internet. And I don't know if Ye was trolling or not, because Ye is good at getting people attention on the internet. He says a whole lot of things that's gonna rile you up, and so he said what he said, and this was prior to him releasing his album. And in my head, I was like, Ye must be about to drop something or something. And lo and behold, here comes his album, Donda 2. So he's been on the internet making his rounds lately, and now he is making his rounds yet again with suing his former dentist over alleged nitrous oxide abuse. Let's see what Ye got going on now. This is according to Power 105.1. Ye and his wife Bianca Censori plan to pursue legal action against the rapper's former dentist after he allegedly got him addicted to nitrous oxide. Okay, now I thought him and Bianca was going through a divorce, or possibly, who knows. According to a report the Hollywood Reporter publishes on Thursday, May 1st, Jay's attorney sent a letter of intent to Dr. Thomas Connolly detailing the malpractice allegations they've lodged against him. Andrew Cherkasky, the president of Golden Law, accused Connolly of providing Jay with the laughing gas and encouraging him to use the nitrous oxide at home without medical supervision. He also alleged Bianca sincerely witnessed and was impacted by Ye's addiction to the nitrous oxide. Evidence shows that during the time Ye was under your care, you engaged in numerous inappropriate and dangerous practices that were far outside the bounds of any legitimate medical purpose or standard of care. Cherkasky wrote, these actions were not isolated incidents, but rather part of a pattern of improper conduct by you from 2024 through 2025 while Ye was your patient. Ms. Sensory, as Ye's spouse, was a witness to and impacted by many of these events, some of which took place at their shared residence. Ye began seeing Dr. Connolly after the self-proclaimed luxury cosmetic dentist for celebrities installed a titanium crown on the rapper's teeth. Okay, so this is the person that put those titanium, that big ass grill in his mouth that got him talking like this, because when he was doing the interview with academics or whoever he was talking, it sounded like he had something in his mouth. That's that big ass grill. Can't even talk right. Rumors about Ye's addiction to nitrous oxide began last year after his rep Milio Yiannopoulos claimed what Yiannopoulos. Yeah, I think I said that right. His rep, Yiannopoulos, claimed Dr. Connolly regularly provided Ye with the nitrous oxide to his residence and provided text messages between the two as proof. In the letter, Cherkasky claimed Connolly provided large tanks, masks, and other equipment to Ye along with instructions on how to dispense the nitrous oxide at home. In addition, Cherkasky also alleged Connolly allowed Ye to abuse the laughing gas despite the neurological symptoms he displayed, including confusion, memory lapse, incoherence, unpredictable changes in mood, impaired motor function, and other cognitive and behavioral issues. Connolly also charged Ye upwards of $50,000 a month for his services, which sometimes reached into the hundreds of thousands. He also accused Connolly of essentially abandoning Ye after his symptoms got worse. He neglected to provide follow-up care, detoxification, or referrals after Ye got addicted to the gas. As a result, in the instance, Ye suffered extreme mental and physical distress, leading to urgent medical care. Cherkasky wrote, in other instances, evidence suggests additional improper usage of propofol or similar controlled substances when Ye had diminished capacity and was not aware of or capable of knowingly consent for the usage of his substance due. Ye's addiction to laughing gas was evident following his radical outbursts on social media and his odd Super Bowl, what's the 59? Shit, I don't know. Commercial for Yeezy.com. In the ad, he simply recorded a video of himself at the dentist's office and told fans to go to his website. Dr. Connolly previously denied the allegations Yiannopoulos made last year, but has yet to comment on Ye's plans to sue. Yeah, I don't know. Is it Super Bowl 49, Super Bowl 59? I don't know. I don't keep up with sports. And I don't know that after the X, I don't know the Roman numerals. Shit. You know what I'm saying? So this was going on in Ye's world. He got addicted to that laughing gas, and he blamed it on his dentist. And he blamed it on his dentist. You feel me? So is this the reason why Ye has been going off on the internet lately? I guess it ain't affected his musical creation because he got some dope ass music. He got some dope ass music still, man. All right, we're gonna keep it on rolling. We got this. We're gonna get this celebrity news. We got a bunch of. We're gonna get it out. We almost done, and then we're gonna move on to celebrity. I mean, to some regular news after this. All right, couple of more stories on celebrities, and then we finna switch gears. All right, now everybody remember the Jussie Smollett situation, the hoax that went down, that he was trying to bring awareness to whatever he was trying to bring awareness to, and it ended up coming out that it was a hoax. All right, now he was charged and he appealed it, and I can't remember if he won or not. But anyway, now Justice Smollett settles with City of Chicago 6 years after alleged hate crime hoax. Let's get up into it. City officials claim to have spent $130,000 investigating an attack on him that they say never motherfornicating happened. These hands. Let's get up into it. More than 6 years after actor Justin Smollett said he was the victim of a hate crime in Chicago that he was later accused of staging, the actor has reached a settlement with the city. All right. Now, both parties have advised the court that they have settled, but need more time to finalize documentations, according to a court document filed Monday and obtained by Entertainment Weekly. Russ Smollett said any comment on the matter would be premature. So it's too early to speak on anything right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to wait. City officials did not respond to EW's or Entertainment Weekly's request for comment. The city of Chicago filed a lawsuit in 2019 against the Empire star, alleging he cost investigators $130K. Damn. That January, the actor claimed that he had been attacked by two men he didn't know using racist and homophobic slurs as they threw a rope around his neck and poured a substance on him. Now, Smollett, who is black, came out as gay in 2015 after playing a gay character on the Fox series. So did he get confidence to come out of the closet because of the character that he portrayed in the Fox series, which is Empire? Is that what's going down? I never knew this. This is news to me, y'all. So that's why I'm asking. Now, he also claimed that the assailant shouted MAGA at him in a nod to Donald Trump, who was serving his first term as president. Damn, these Democrats out here doing shit like this. That's crazy. Damn, y'all, don't get mad at me, y'all. I'm neither here nor there when it comes to the political parties. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat, so I talk shit about both of them. And I feel like even if you're a Democrat, when Democrats do dumb shit, you ought to be able to call it out as a Democrat. Republicans the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all can't have that kind of solidarity now. Damn. We the people. So shit. If I'm a Democrat, then you need to be thinking about we the people, not just the Democrats, the Republican too. You feel me? And vice versa. Anyway. Initially, the Mighty Ducks actor, damn, he was in the Mighty Ducks too. Okay, bruh seasoned out here. He ain't new to it. He true to it. All right. Anyway, initially the Mighty Ducks actor was hospitalized, and the incident was investigated as a hate crime. The Chicago Police Department found evidence, though, that Smollett was working in cooperation with the alleged attackers and that he paid them. Ain't that some shit? Smollett denied the accusations and filed a countersuit against the city. Lying son of a bitch. Ain't that something? You know you lying. But since y'all caught me in my lie, I'm finna sue y'all for calling me a lie. Ain't that some shit? Yeah, he filed a countersuit against the city, but he was indicted by a grand jury on 16 felony charges. Those charges were later dropped after Smollett's team made a deal with the prosecutors. However, the case against him was then executed by a special prosecutor. And this time, he was convicted. So he just couldn't escape justice, huh? Ain't that some shit? He appealed that decision. Oh, and the Illinois Supreme Court ruled that he should not have been tried a second time. So he did escape justice. Okay. The next status hearing, according to the document, is May 29th. Since the saga began, Smollett lost his role on Empire, which ended in 2020, and has acted in one other project. 2024 is The Lost Holiday, which he also wrote and directed alongside a cast including Vivica A. Fox and The Office alum Leslie David Baker. So he probably only acted in this project because he wrote and directed it. So sound like he still may be a little bit blackballed. A little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just ski-wee. A little bit. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on out here, man. That's what's going on. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Who we got up in the building? Yeah. All right, now, do y'all remember when Orlando Brown was going around here talking about how Bow Wow got some good this, that, and the third, and how he done had sexual relations with so many different people? Well, now Bow Wow has responded. He breaks his silence on Orlando Brown's wild 2022 relationship claims. All right. So we finna jump into that. Hit that like button. Now, according to the Shade Room, Bow Wow is finally clearing the air after Orlando Brown made some out-of-pocket claims about them being in a romantic relationship. The allegations came from a now viral 2022 video that showed Orlando dropping the supposed tea. Now, Bow Wow is stepping up and setting the record straight on the rumors. Let's get up into it. Bow Wow recently hit up Club Shay Shay for a one-on-one chat with Shannon Sharp. While they were chopping it up, Shannon brought up Orlando's accusations of being involved with Bow. Well, Bow immediately bust out laughing and shut down the remarks, saying, "Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that dude is hilarious." Well, did he deny it? Let's get up into it. Additionally, Bow, aka Shy Mouse, said, "If anybody actually believes him, they are crazy as hell." Okay, I guess it's him denying it. Mouse kept it real, admitted that Orlando Brown also comes crazy, but he still gave him props for being smart and knowing exactly what he's doing. He also said Orlando isn't a fool either. Yeah, he's very smart. He knows what to say to get people going, just like I was saying about damn, who was I talking about? Oh, Ye. Ye know how to say some things to get you to watch him, to get the attention on him, to get him trending. You know what I'm saying? Orlando Brown knows how to do the exact same thing. So yeah, he gonna say some outlandish ass shit to get you to pay attention, whether it's true or not. You know. Anyway, I always thought he was talented. Yes, he's had troubles. I ain't even going to get into that. That's his personal business. That's his life. But outside that, I always thought he was talented as hell, Bow said. The rapper also mentioned that he thinks somebody needs to give Orlando a real job where he can be himself. Since all of these people put him on their platforms for clickbait, somebody needs to put the boy on TV and give him a real job. So Bow Wow must have seen all these interviews that Orlando Brown is doing from did he go on Vlad? I know he went on Real Life Street Stars. Damn, did he go on Say Cheese? He went on the Danza Project. He went on Cam Capone. So I wonder, did he see these, you know, these grassroots YouTube channels? Because he talking about putting them on their platforms. That's all he been doing. He talking about giving them a real job. He been doing the interviews. So I'm guessing he's seen all the interviews on YouTube. But anyway, furthermore, Mouse made it clear that he has no beef with Orlando as long as he's not messing with his money or speaking on his kids. As long as you ain't playing with my money, ain't playing with my kids, I ain't tripping. It's clowning to me. We laugh at stuff like that. Okay. Now it says in 2022 video that surfaced online, Orlando records himself calling out Bao and requesting that he tells people the truth. From there, he continues to tell Mouse that if he has some bum P, he needs to embrace that bum P. Orlando also told Bao that he loves him. He claimed the video was his way of reacting to Bao doing his thing at concerts back then. All right, let's see what he had to say. Damn, it ain't playing. Hold on, hold up, hold. Damn, did the other video play? Shit. Okay, it played. All right, let's check it out. It still ain't playing. I don't know why. Hmm. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. One more time. Hold up. Let's see. I don't think it's. Wait, let's try it. It's just saying the same thing that I just read, though. Okay. Okay. It ain't gonna play. It ain't gonna play. So bump it. But yeah, it pretty much was just saying the same thing that I just read. I just read all of what he was just saying, so it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. I'm gonna see if this video gonna play before I even try to. Let me see if this video gonna play right here. Hold up. It ain't playing either. Okay, so anyway, I was trying to play this video here, but it's not playing the audio. So we just gonna touch on it and move on. Now it says that Ari hopped on social media and explained that she has been having some creepy experiences at the gym with people allegedly popping up to see her. You know, and I wish it would play this audio. I don't know why it does that. This is why I don't like to go live, y'all. Okay, so she just said, "Don't come give me a business card." All that shit, I don't like it. She said, "If you want to go to the gym, go there because you want to go there. Don't come there for me. I will not give you whatever attention you think you're gonna get from me. If you think that you gonna come and we about to have a business conversation, you're effing out of your mind." I'm literally here with my people that I'm working out with. If I'm just working out with my trainer. I'm doing me. Don't sit outside waiting to take pictures with me. That's creepy. I don't like itch like that. It's been a few things going on for like a few weeks since I've been going to my gym, is what she said. Her gym is her comfortable space, is what she just said. She don't invite energy. She don't like that. She not with. So it's not just men she's speaking on. She's talking about women because she's now mimicking what some of them done said. Like, girl, I had to come down here and catch you, girl, and this, that, and the third. So I was thinking it was creepy ass men, that was pulling up trying to see her. So this is women, thirsty ass women. And not even just thirsty, they trying to solicit their products or their business or whatever. I do lashes and shit. That's what she just said. I don't care. That's stalker shit. That's what she just said. That's weird. You came to the gym for me. She said that's not cool. You bugged the F out. She said, I really enjoy the gym. Please do not take away my sanity, my peace. I don't understand people, what she just said. Sitting outside waiting on me. Or coming to the gym in the class. So they coming to the class, they spending money just to come up in there with you. She said they make you feel like they make her feel like you a creep. All right, so that was that. That was that right there. How y'all feel about that? Let me read some of them comments. One person commented, I have mixed feelings about this. Everyone wants to be a public figure until they get what they want. That's what security is for. Okay. Point. Good point. Now, okay. So, yeah, maybe she should get a private gym. Maybe she should go somewhere where it's more upscale, where people won't be doing things like that, possibly, or maybe where there's more celebrities, where people are used to seeing celebrities, Hollywood, some shit like that, Atlanta, New York. I don't know. Um, yeah, that's one thing. Since ain't no gym in her building, treating IG influencers like celebrities is wild. Anyway, oh, she an IG influencer. Matter of fact, what do Ari do? What do she do? I don't even know. And then somebody said, "Why she famous again?" Oh man, that's crazy. Like for real. I mean, that body, that booty, and she claimed it. She ain't paid for it, but I believe she paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, whatever. Maybe try not posting everywhere you be. Hmm. Good point. The thing is, as the people who's tracking and showing up at her gym to talk to her, y'all don't feel like this weird at all. No type of social cues. Well, we live in a time of opportunity, and people don't make it the traditional way anymore. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, you used to probably have to jump through so many different hoops in order to become famous, become rich. Now it can happen just like that with the blessing of another famous person or popping person. You see what I'm saying? All they got to do is send their graces your way, and here come a flock of people coming their way. So that's happened over and over again with different people. Here we have this internet sensation, this white lady or mixed girl doing this line dance going across everybody's timeline right now. You know what I'm saying? She's the next hot sensation right now. Honestly, I don't know why, because her dance moves is mediocre if you ask me, but she's hot. She's hot right now, yeah, shit. Anyway, I forgot where I was going with that. So, what I was saying was, yeah, we living in instantaneous times where you could blow up at the drop of a dime. So people gonna show up and try to get they just do or what they feel like could be their next big moment. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they popping up like that. Now, is it weird? Yeah, I would say it's weird. I wouldn't do it, but people doing it. That's why. Being popular doesn't mean they don't deserve respect. Stop being a weirdo. That's what another person wrote. Okay, so yeah, we got mixed feelings in the comment section. Mm-hmm. All right, now we're gonna move on along. We're gonna switch gears real quick, and we're gonna get off of celebrity news, and we're gonna get into some of this world news real quick. Okay, now we're gonna switch gears. Let's get up into some news. News now. Mexican mayor arrested in connection to alleged drug cartel training camp. Officials say. Let's get up to this. This is wild right here now. Mexican mayor arrested in connection to alleged drug cartel training camp. Let's go. Says a mayor from a western Mexico town was arrested as part of a probe into a suspected drug cartel training camp where human bones and clothing were found, a federal official said. They're doing grimy work in Mexico. And I believe that America is in on the cartel as well. Says a mayor from a western Mexico town was arrested. I just did a story not too long ago where a judge here in America helped a illegal immigrant escape from being arrested from ICE. Yeah. Sent the ICE agents came into the courtroom because the illegal immigrant was there for a case that they had already abused somebody in. It was a domestic violence situation. They had already beat somebody up. And so that was at a hearing for that. So the ICE agents came in to arrest them. The judge sent the ICE agent somewhere else, said, y'all gonna have to go speak with the chief judge, holler at them for a moment. And while they were away in the other room, she snuck the illegal immigrant through her judge chambers and helped him escape. Now her dumb ass has been arrested. Yeah, so I believe that she in on the cartel, and she ain't the only one. There was another judge who allowed some illegals to live in their home, on their property. Yeah, gave them guns and things of that nature. So I'm starting to think it's some dirty shit going on in the U.S. government as well. But who am I? This is just my conjecture. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's move on with this story right here. It says a mayor from a western Mexico town was arrested as a part of a probe into a suspected drug cartel training camp where human bones and clothing were found, a federal official said. All right, now I don't know this name. It says we're gonna try. We're gonna say Techulin. Oh, Tuchulin. I'm close. I know I'm close. Mayor Jose Marguia Santiago was arrested as part of an investigation by government prosecutors into probable omissions or complicity of authorities with is there Jalisco or Jalisco New Generation Cartel, a federal source told AFP on Saturday. The source requested anonymity because they were not authorized to speak to the media. Now I know what that word means, but shit, that's hard for me to pronounce. Anonymity. That means that basically they wanted to be anonymous. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to be anonymous because that wasn't authorized. They didn't get the okay. They didn't get the green light to speak to the media. All right. Now Murguia was arrested late Saturday afternoon, according to federal arrest records. The cartel, which is the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agents, the cartel, which the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration says has some 19,000 in its ranks, developed rapidly into an extremely violent and capable force after it split from the Sinaloa cartel following the 2010 killing of Sinaloa cartel capo Ignacio Nacho Colonel Villarreal. by the military. Damn, he got a long name. The killing of Sinaloa cartel. Okay, they call him Capo Ignacio Nacho Colonel Villarreal. It's a whole lot to say. Okay, now the Ranch of Horror, as some local media called it, in the Izaguirre, I can't pronounce these Spanish names, ranch in Techelin in the western state of Jalisco was first discovered in September 2024. 6 months later, people searching for missing relatives found clothing and human remains, raising questions about the initial investigation, including a failure to search the site thoroughly. Human Rights Watch called it an apparent mass killing site. The cartel allegedly used the ranch to train newly recruited gunmen. Senior officials have said the Guerreros Buscadores collective, a group dedicated to locating missing relatives, has described the Techland Ranch as an exterminating as an extermination center with clandestine crematoriums where forced recruits were thought to have been held by the cartel. Security Minister Omar Gracier Harfuk, that nigga name is hard fuck. Security Minister Omar Gracia Hardfuck told reporters in late March that there was no evidence that it was an extermination camp. But he also said that an alleged recruiter who was arrested said that cartel members tortured and killed recruits who refused to cooperate or tried to flee. So this is the site of what they alleging where all this mass killing took place, or this is where they disposed of the bodies. The Attorney General's office, which has denied the executions were systemically carried out, took over the investigation over a complaint from Guerreros Buscadores. The group found buried bones, clothing, shoes, and other objects at the ranch, which went unnoticed during a search in September by authorities who raided it following reports of gunfire. So these people had already supposedly searched it, didn't find nothing, or they just turned the other cheek. Which one is it? According to the Jalisco State Prosecutor's Office, 10 people were arrested, 2 captives freed, and a dead body found along with skeletal remains in September. Besides Mayor Marguia, about a dozen others have been arrested in the case, including a police chief from a neighboring municipality and 2 of his officers. More than 127,000 people are registered as missing in Mexico, most of them since 2006. When the government declared war on drug trafficking groups. I wonder where half of them people at. 127,000, half of them might be dead, half of them may be in America. Shit. By state, or do they keep up with them? Do they know if somebody done flee the country? How would they know? Motherfuckers just be missing, wouldn't it? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, by state, Jalisco has the highest number of missing persons cases with more than 15,000. Wow. That's what's going down. Oh, hold on. We got a video. Let's see. I don't know if it's going to play. We're going to see, though. It ain't even playing on my end. I don't even hear it. At least it was playing on it. This is a different story anyway, so that's a different story anyway. So there's that. Who we got in the building? Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for pulling up to the Bootleg Ass Studio. All right, let's see if this video gonna play, man. I ain't gonna be dealing with all of this tonight. Damn, it ain't playing. All right, well. I wonder why it ain't playing though. That's crazy. Hmm. Hmm. All right, y'all bear with me. I'm just trying to see if I can get this audio to play. All right, y'all bear with me. I'm just trying to see if I can get. Easy. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if this fixed it.
Thank you and welcome to The Factor Uncensored for joining us tonight. First up, 2 death investigations underway. The first in Atlanta.
There we go. I bet. Okay, so I think I know what I did. Okay, to fix that from here on out. All right, now before we get up into this, let me let y'all know what we watching. It says 2 women dead after shortly dancing, twerking. Shoppers in store go viral. That's what it say. You see it right there. I don't know. 2 women dead shortly after dancing, twerking. Shoppers in store go viral. And I like Isaiah Factor because he seemed to keep it authentic all the time from the videos that I watch. So we finna see what this is talking about. Hit that like
Thank you
button to
and
go.
welcome to The Factor Uncensored for joining us tonight. First up, 2 death investigations underway. The first in Atlanta. According to USACrime.com, a woman named Maya died during a night out with friends. Now, officials report it is not available just yet, but the website says a victim was twerking in front of a vehicle her friends were inside of. Someone behind the vehicle or the wheel then drove over her, killing her, dragging her body under the vehicle and leaving her body behind in the middle of the road. And in Missouri, another case. And
hold on. So her friends did this to her? Her friends did this. So she was dancing. You know how women hop out at the red light and they shake their little clappers or whatever. Your friend ran you over?
During a night out with friends. Now, officials report it is not available just yet, but the website says a victim was twerking in front of a vehicle her friends were inside of. Someone behind the vehicle or the wheel then drove over her, killing her, dragging her body under the vehicle and leaving her body behind in the middle of the road. And in Missouri, another case, an 18-year-old named Nyla Simmons also killed. Investigators say Simmons was dancing on top of an SUV when she fell off of the vehicle, followed by a fire truck running over her and killing her seconds later. People.
Why are y'all out dancing on top of vehicles and stuff though, and out in front at the red light, being destructive and stuff? But at the same time, the one who was in front of the car didn't have to die because her friend ran her over. Like they seem like a malicious act, an intentional act as well. But the one right here sounds like it may have been an accident. Back it up just a little bit, y'all.
Of an SUV when she fell off of the also killed. Investigators say Simmons was dancing on top of an SUV when she fell off of the vehicle, followed by a fire truck running over her and killing her just seconds later. People have been talking about both of those reports on social media, along with this video. It was reportedly filmed in a Lululemon store, featuring alleged strippers shaking and twerking in the store. This has been heavily criticized. Lululemon's CEO has previously said the brand isn't for certain customers, which many have assumed.
So basically, you niggas don't need to be in my shit, bringing my value down. Yeah. And I don't blame them. Not the niggas part, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all sitting here twerking and shit like that. You know, if I made that type of clothing, then I wouldn't mind. I don't know what Lululemon make, so I don't know.
That was code for excluding black people. Do some people struggle with a craving for public attention to the point it puts their lives at risk or even their digital footprint at risk?
White man in the back said, yeah, look at these black women shaking their asses. Yayers.
And, of course, in some cases, self-respect. Joining us to talk about it, therapist Dr. Nick Hardy and Factor social media producer Ajibola Budaran. Glad to have you here on The Factor Uncensored. First of all, Aji, what have you been able to find out about these two deaths, both very tragic, both young women dancing on vehicles, and of course met a tragic end?
Well, I think for both of these stories, they kind of are looked at slightly different. So I know in the first story, the family member and the friends of the young lady, they were talking about her being concerned about who she was out with and like her friends, because in that case, we don't know if they did it on purpose or on accident, but you have a case where somebody
How was it not on purpose though? Did they not know she was in front of the car dancing? Was she that short? Was the car that tall? Did they not see her? I mean, that would be the only reason for them not knowing or not doing it on purpose.
Behind the wheel who's supposed to be her friend, and maybe they're having fun shooting videos outside dancing, and all of a sudden you have a young lady who's deceased. So I think in that sense that's a tragedy that definitely could have been avoided, and we don't know. The family doesn't even know what case the friends played in it. In terms of the other one, that was just something where we talk about, a lot of people are saying like you're doing these things for attention, and you do things on the internet for attention, but it can lead to you losing your life. So you have a young lady who's on top of a car dancing, and they're stopped at a light, and when they take off, she falls and there's a fire truck comes behind. So I think a lot of people are saying these two things as as avoidable tragedies. They didn't have to happen.
Now, when we take a look at both of these instances, do we think the intent was to videotape, film these incidents, not the tragic part, but to put on social media?
I mean, more often than not, I would say yes, because there's no, you can say, oh, I'm doing this for fun, but when you're talking about being on top of a car or twerking and dancing and kind of being in public spaces like that, 9 times out of 10, people are videotaping it. We've seen those videos on social media already where people are doing dangerous things, and it's like a thrill. And, when other people see it, they're going to respond to it and like it and be like, oh, I might try it too. So I think that in this case, it's one of those things where you have young ladies or just people in general seeing things on the internet and wanting to emulate it and recreate it because they're seeing other people get positive responses from it.
As a digital producer here at Fox, are you ever surprised at what you see people posting online?
I wish I could say yes. I'm never surprised anymore, because honestly, every single day is something different, whether it be a fight or somebody doing anything. I think the internet has kind of become a place where everything can be considered content, whether it's dangerous, whether it's safe, whether it's anything. So I think nowadays people see everything as content.
All right, Dr. Nick Hardy, your thoughts about this? Young people videotaping themselves in sometimes dangerous, even deadly situations, all to get on social media.
Yeah, I think attention is a drug. And I think to get attention, you almost have to do more and more outlandish things. And I think, unfortunately,
pushing that envelope.
Pushing the envelope, you know, and because it's addictive, you know, one, you get the likes, you get the shares, you get the comments, you get, you know, new followers. All of this is, you know, releases some type of endorphin at certain times. And so I think it just, the behavior escalates. And no one thinks that it's going to end tragically.
Right.
I think that's the thing, because we make so many decisions a day, and 99.5, you know, times it doesn't lead to this. But I do think we make these decisions on an ongoing basis, and we do put ourselves at risk of being in these unfortunate situations.
And Najee, before we get to run out of time, let's talk about the Lululemon situation where the individuals videotaped themselves in that store. Your thoughts?
That was throwing cheeks in that motherfucker, though.
About that, and what are people saying about it?
I mean, that is a very layered situation.
Oh,
I think
look at her right here with that leg up. She was doing her thing. Yeah, she must be a stripper for real.
With all of these, is I think that these online trends, sometimes people forget that they exist outside of context, and they exist outside of like what we deem as moral in public. Because we talk about Lululemon as a brand, they've been enamored in a bunch of controversy over the last few years, whether it be racism.
Oh, really? See, I ain't never heard much about Lulu.
In terms of like body types that they want in their outfits. And I think because of a trend of a song that's talking about Lululemon, a lot of black young people, women and men, are promoting the brand through social media videos and things like that. So I think it's one of those things where people don't always know the context of things. So those young ladies, they might not know that Lululemon has been wrapped up in racist claims and other things like that.
Yeah, see, I don't know that.
Fun and dance, but
I didn't know
context that goes beyond.
I'm not surprised though, because damn near every brand, Gucci, H&M, Balenciaga, Tommy Hilfiger, the list goes on. A bunch of them, Levi's. Yeah, a bunch of them, you know, they do racist shit all the time.
The last 10 seconds, should they have a responsibility of knowing before they give a company like that publicity?
Well, I mean, one, I think this is a place of business. And so I think at a baseline, I just think it's inappropriate, whether it's Lululemon or any other establishment. I mean, people are in there shopping, and you can just see, I mean, this isn't something that I would want to see.
Yeah, they all up in the store while it's customers up in there too. That's one thing. It's not like they rented out the building, the store, nothing, and did this after hours or whatever. They're doing this during business hours.
I'm walking in there with my kids.
Right.
Exactly. And so I don't think them knowing that or not knowing that should have any effect on it. I think they just shouldn't
do it.
In
Bottom
public.
line. Thank you both for joining us here on The Factor tonight.
100. Yeah. I feel the same way. They just shouldn't be doing it, you know? Anyway, we're moving on to the next story. This right here has been floating on my timeline like crazy. It says a Hamilton County deputy hit and killed by father of teen fatally shot by officer. Now, all right, now this father killed the police one day after deputy cop took his 18-year-old son's life. Now, I wonder, is it the same cop that took his son's life, or is this another cop? He just took one of theirs. You know what I'm saying? You took one of mine, I'm taking one of yours. I don't know. We finna find out. Make sure that like button lit, subscribe to the channel. Let's see what's going down.
Recently retired sheriff's deputy is dead after police say a driver intentionally hit him. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Trisha Mackey.
And I'm Rob Williams. Cincinnati police say the driver is the father of an 18-year-old who was shot and killed by police yesterday.
We have been following this story all day, and we have team coverage tonight.
Allie Hennard is at UC Medical Center.
Brady Williams attended a procession for the deputy.
But first, let's send it over to Allie with more on how this all unfolded.
Well, Rob, Trisha, that's right. So the deputy lost his life to those injuries here at UC Medical Center earlier today. Now, we do know, according to Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa Thigi, the driver of the vehicle that hit and killed the deputy was the father of the man killed in an officer-involved shooting yesterday. Now, police say that he's been arrested for aggravated murder.
Driver of today's vehicle that struck a deputy has a family relationship with the 18-year-old that we shot yesterday.
Cincinnati police say the father of the 18-year-old who was shot and killed by Cincinnati police on Thursday was driving the car that hit and killed a deputy Friday afternoon. Rodney Hinton Jr. is now charged with aggravated murder for the deputy's death.
That boy smiled on his mugshot. Now, can y'all blame him? Yes and no, I would say, because he's thinking emotionally right now. They took something from him. This is a fresh wound. It hurts. And I'm out for an eye type of person. I don't give a damn if you are the highest title in America or the lowest title in America. I don't give a damn, because God don't see title. In my eyes, I think God see man. So you are the same as me. So if you take something from me, I feel like I should be able to take something from you. And it's just my opinion. I ain't saying it's right. I ain't saying it's wrong. I'm just saying this is how I feel. And this person, this dad, probably feels the exact same way. You took something from me, especially him not thinking with it being such a fresh wound right now. You know, he's acting off impulse. Now, I don't know if this police officer is one of the police officers that was involved in the shooting, or if he, like I said, he just wanted to take one from them. Either way, he probably felt like justice has been served now. He's smiling on his mugshot.
Medical. Medical. We need this shut down right now. Officer down. Officer down.
Cincinnati police say the deputy was directing traffic ahead of UC's graduation ceremony when he was struck by a vehicle entering the intersection. It happened around 1 p.m. at the intersection of Martin Luther King.
It's unfortunate for that officer, though. What if he was a good officer? You know, that's why I say yes and no, because yes, he did what he did because they did what they did, and it's retaliation. When you at war, you know, casualties drop. Innocent bodies become casualties sometimes. You see what I'm saying? When you at war. So, you know, I can understand why he did it, but at the same time, it's messed up because this police officer probably had nothing to do with the situation. And what if he was a good cop? I want you to be able to find those bad cops who deserve it. You know, take them out, if any. I ain't telling nobody to do nothing. I'm just saying, if you were to do something so absurd, then make sure it's somebody that deserves it.
Drive,
you know?
and Burnett Woods Drive near UC's campus.
I think what is significant for people to know about this accident is the officer was just out doing his job, directing traffic up near the University of Cincinnati for what was supposed to be a glorious day for many.
After 2 critical incidents in 2 days,
Hey,
Chief DG made a plea to the public.
Did they continue on with the graduation?
Processes play out. Let the investigations play out. Keep calm. Take care of one another.
They got cowboy hats all the way up in Cincinnati.
And I can assure you, as the chief of police for Cincinnati, I will ensure you transparency and a thorough and accurate investigation.
The deputy had recently retired from the department in December. Well, investigators said that this afternoon that he is in critical condition but is alive. Again, he has been charged, or rather arrested, for aggravated murder of hitting, and he is in.
Oh.
Well, investigators said that this afternoon that he is in critical condition but is.
When she said he, who is he? Lady, you are a news reporter. You're supposed to know to be specific. So I'm guessing you're talking about the father.
Alive. Again, he has been charged, or rather arrested.
Because it says that the deputy was hit and killed by the father of teen fatally shot by officers. So I'm guessing that the father is in critical condition
for aggravated murder.
Okay, there we go. Yeah,
but
yeah,
is
yeah,
alive. Again, he has been charged, or rather arrested, for aggravated murder of hitting and killing that deputy. It is not clear when he will be in court, but again, this is a developing story. We will continue to keep you updated. At UC Medical Center with photojournalist Chris Waldman, Allie Hennard, Fox 19 Now.
Guess I should have just let her finish her little spiel, and I would have known then. Well, there's that. What you got to say about that? How do y'all feel about that? You think the father done too much Or do you think that his actions was justified being the situation that took place with his son? These police officers need to learn how to de-escalate situations before they resort to shooting people. Did they have the right to shoot the son? What did the son do? Was the son creating some type of dangerous situation for the police officers and that they had to do what they did? What's going on? Or was the son innocent, unarmed, not bothering nobody, and they pursued or accosted him and costed him his life? Because if that's the case, then that would be even more reason to be angry and upset and lash out and do things irrationally. Not saying it's right, but I could understand why somebody wouldn't be operating at their full capacity when something like that happens. Because if something like that was to happen to me, I'm quite sure that I would be acting emotionally as well. Erratic, all of that. What you say? What you say? How you feel about that? All right, moving on along. We got a man arrested after being seen walking around with a mock rocket propelled grenade launcher. What is going on with this? Check him out. What is he on? Bro on some kind of drugs. Let's see. Let's play this video. Let's see what we get.
Discover your new Kia right now at
Got an ad.
Longview.
Hit the like button.
Finance a 2025.
Dothan police have arrested a man after multiple community members reported a person carrying a rocket-propelled grenade launcher, also known as an RPG. The suspect was identified as
Hold on, I'm trying to turn this up. Okay, there we go.
26-year-old Keon. Dothan police have arrested a man after multiple community members reported a person carrying a rocket-propelled grenade launcher, also known as an RPG. The suspect was identified as 26-year-old Keon Hill of Cowards, Alabama. As a result, Hill was arrested and charged with possession of a hoax-destructive device. He was booked into the Dothan County Jail, and the device was seized and placed into evidence.
So it was a hoax. It's not a real RPG. So what is he doing arrested then? I'm sure if it was a white man, they would have said, "Oh, this guy's pulling pranks on people. Huh. All right, we're gonna write you a ticket or something, or we're just gonna let you go ahead and continue doing your pranks." Let me see. Is this what they just read? Let me play this again, because it wasn't number 26 seconds. I'm trying to make sure this ain't the same thing they just read. And you gonna play an ad for a 26-second clip? Come on, damn. We just played the ad, man.
United Nissan has been there to make them
God,
special.
dog.
United Nissan heard your story.
I can't even skip it. Oh, okay. In 3, 2, 1.
Ringo is a
I know you lying. It didn't even play the same story. It went to a different story, man. Let me refresh this. Come on now. Y'all doing a whole lot. Now I gotta now I gotta go through a whole nother ad again. Y'all playing me.
They say there's no sharks here in Nevada.
Damn. I'm just trying to read because I didn't want to read. I could have read this article by now. Shit, a little bit of shit. I'm trying to make sure it ain't the same thing that they just said in this video. That's why. Hopefully it's newer information.
Dothan police have arrested a man after multiple community members reported a person carrying a rocket-propelled grenade launcher, also known as an RPG.
Yep, same
the suspect
shit.
was identified as 26-year-old Keon Hill of Cowards, Alabama. As a result, Hill was arrested and charged with possession of a hoax-destructive device. He was booked into the Dothan County Jail, and the device was seized and placed into evidence.
If life's a journey, let's not waste it on gas stops.
All right, it said police. I guess it stopped right there. It said police said Hill described himself as a prankster filming content for social media in Alabama. It is against the law to openly carry a toy gun, but not illegal to openly carry a real gun. That's crazy. What? In Alabama, it is against the law to openly carry a toy gun, but not illegal to openly carry a real gun. Is insane. Who created that law? The law states it shall be unlawful for a person to manufacture, process, transport, or distribute a hoax, destructive device, or detonator which would cause another to reasonably believe that it is real. Okay, I could understand that. That makes a little bit more sense, But just reading this sentence by itself, just reading this sentence right there by itself, in Alabama, it is against the law to openly carry a toy gun, but not illegal to openly carry a real gun. That's crazy. Just reading it like that by itself is crazy. You know what I'm saying? On the other hand, if Hill had carried a handgun, shotgun, or even a semi-automatic rifle, such as an AR-15, police would have been powerless to arrest him because displaying those weapons in public is not against the law. An authentic RPG would be illegal, however. Now that's wild. That is wild. Well, there you have it. There you have that right there. It's late. What's going down? Y'all good? Hit that like button. Where y'all tuning in from? Let me know who you is and where you at. If you want to donate to the channel, you can by sending me a cash app. It's floating at the bottom of the screen. Sheldon VYBEZ 903. You can also donate to the channel by sending me Facebook stars on Facebook and super chats on YouTube. Any amount is highly appreciated. Your blessings will return to you tenfold. We're gonna move along to this next topic. All right, so we have a USPS mail carrier in uniform seen beating 10-year-old girl outside of elementary school. Damn, this is wild business. What is going on? What's she doing all that? What he or she doing all that for? All right, I'm letting this ad play. And we finna get up into it. Make sure that like button is lit. You ain't gotta be shy. You can let me know who you is and where you from while we doing so. We getting it set up right now. All right. Let go.
Caught on camera in full uniform, allegedly beating a young girl. Now, 7 months later, that letter carrier hasn't been charged with the crime. 19 investigator Mike Mason has a disturbing video, and it is a story you'll see on just one station.
According to this police report, the officer who handled this case planned on pressing charges, but that didn't happen. So
I can just smell that an ass whooping was justified in this case. I can smell it. Hit that like button. Let's see if I'm right.
We began digging around to find out why, and what we uncovered is alarming.
Get out for her! Get out for her!
The video is unbelievable. A U.S. postal worker in full uniform caught on camera allegedly beating on a 10-year-old girl.
Handing ass to her.
The brawl breaking out in broad daylight just outside of Cleveland Elementary School. It happened last September at Ben Franklin Elementary, right after students were released from class. A police officer with the Cleveland Metropolitan School District took the call. According to his report, a 10-year-old girl told him that while walking to the bus, another girl attacked her with a book bag. She said that's when the girl's mother, a U.S. postal worker, also got involved. The report states the girl's mother jumped into the fight and called the girl a B word before pushing her to the ground, causing that girl to hit her head on a tree. Since the postal employee hasn't been charged, 19 Investigates has chosen not to identify her.
Okay. Now, hold on. Did I correctly receive that information? So a 10-year-old girl said that she was walking and another person attacked her with a book bag. And it ended up being the girl's mother who jumped in, which was the postal worker. Okay, so why did okay, so it sounded like she should have been charged then. That's what it sounded like. Let me back it up. And back it up. Sorry, y'all. I gotta be able to understand the information.
Camera, allegedly beating on a 10-year-old girl. The brawl breaking out in broad daylight just outside of Cleveland Elementary School. It happened last September at Ben Franklin Elementary, right after students were released from class. A police officer with the Cleveland Metropolitan School District took the call. According to his report, a 10-year-old girl told him that while walking to the bus, another girl attacked her with a book bag. She said that's when the girl's mother, a U.S. postal worker, also got involved.
Okay, so did the U.S. postal worker protect her daughter from getting beat up? Is that what happened? Because if that's the case, I don't blame her. Honestly, I don't blame her. Now, if maybe she should have tried to break it up at the most, and if that didn't work, then commits the whooping ass. I don't know.
The
Let's
report
see.
states the girl's mother jumped into the fight and called the girl a B word before pushing her to the ground, causing that girl to hit her head on a tree. Since the postal employee hasn't been charged, 19 Investigates has chosen not to identify her. In the officer's report, he notes several offenses that he believes the postal worker should be charged with, including assault and endangering a child. He also stated he referred those charges to the city prosecutor's office, but 19 Investigates found CMSD police sent this case to the county prosecutor's office by mistake. Last November, the county sent this letter to CMSD, declining to prosecute since they only handle felony cases. Meanwhile, 19 Investigates obtained the video and police report. We questioned CMSD as to why, after several months, they haven't submitted those charges to the city for prosecution. This week, a spokesperson from the city prosecutor's office told us we didn't receive any information involving this case from CMSD until they forwarded some reports over on April 17th, nearly 7 months after the incident occurred. It's important to note that these reports were only sent to us because we asked CMSD about the case after you had initially reached out to us on April 16th.
So, in other words, had y'all not reached out to us, we would have never reached out to them, and we would have never received the information of which we received. So,
for 7 months, this case collected dust. The city prosecutor's office says CMSD still wants to pursue charges, but they're now waiting to meet with CMSD police to discuss the case. 19 Investigates contacted the postal employee, but she didn't want to comment. So we reached out to the U.S. Postal Service, and an inspector replied by email saying this incident falls outside of our purview and would be a local law enforcement matter as the employee was off the clock, merely still wearing her postal uniform. CMSD hasn't explained exactly why.
So I wonder, was she picking her daughter up, meeting her daughter there, after school or whatever, and just so happened to catch her daughter getting into some action?
They waited until we got involved some 7 months later before they sent this case to the city prosecutor's office for review. When we learn more, we'll of course keep you posted. In Cleveland, Mike Mason.
You don't say. Hey, do y'all think the mother should be charged or no? Because what if the little girl was beating up her daughter and she walked up and seen it happening? You know what I'm saying? And she was like, "Oh, hell to hell no. You finna get your ass up off of that one." You know what I'm saying? I know one damn thing, and she just clicked. She blacked out. You know what I'm saying? Her motherly instincts kicked in because it could be anybody. You put your hands on mine and your ass get handed to you. You know what I'm saying? I black out, I flash out. You know what I'm saying? I see red. What happened? What y'all think? Y'all think the mother should have had a little bit more self-control, a little bit more composure? You think she should have been able to be the adult in the situation and separate the children and keep them from fighting each other? Or do you think that this will serve as a lesson to those to not put your hands on other folk? Don't be no bullies, because it's always somebody bigger and badder than you. You know what I'm saying? It's always somebody bigger and badder than you. So before you put your hands on somebody, you ought to think about, is you right in what you're doing? You feel me? Yeah. Well, there's that situation right there. And we're going to switch it up and change gears. Now we got a 13-year-old boy and his parents charged after he shot his 14-year-old schoolmate on the playground with a gun he found in their room. Let's get up into it. I don't want this one. Let me see if I can find a better video. Hold on. 1 second. One second. Hold up. Damn. All right, fuck it. Let's pull up let's pull this one up right here. All right, so here it is. His 13-year-old boy and his parents charged after he fatally shot his 14-year-old female schoolmate on the playground with a gun he found in their room. When I get out the bus, I'm going to KILLU. DZAM. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump up into this.
Playground where that little girl was playing when she was fatally shot. Tonight, you can see a growing memorial here in her honor. Family members telling me that her loss is unthinkable.
To the little boy that did this to Anaya, I'm not angry with you. I'm not upset with you, but I want you to know that I forgive you as of tonight, and I put you into the hands of the Lord.
Powerful words coming from Sonia Stanford. She says she's the godmother of 14-year-old Anaya Zachary.
She was a sweet kid. She was an A honor roll student, never had no problems. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, thank you, no, thank you. This was a sweet baby.
Stanford says Anaya had been living with her for about a year. That is until today, when Baytown police say she was gunned down at this playground in their apartment complex on Village Lane.
It's very difficult. When I say difficult, it is very hard. It's like I'm still in a state of shock, but because I trust God and I know who God is, I'm kind of dealing with this.
The suspected shooter, a 13-year-old boy and fellow schoolmate at Baytown Junior Middle School.
I asked Perez, did Naya bully the little boy on the bus? And she said, no, Mom, but they never did get along.
Today, it seems the discord took a turn for the worse.
Her and the little boy got into it on the bus, and he got off the bus, he went home. He came back, he went home again. Anaya came in and asked me, Tia, can I go outside?
Then Stanford says the boy came back with a vengeance.
And he went home and put on all black, up on a black mask, and came back and called my baby's name, and he shot my baby 4 times.
Anaya was rushed to the hospital where she died.
If I knew that it was an altercation, me being who I am, again being a mother, I would have went to the little boy's parents with Anaya to see if we can get this resolved. Because stuff like this occur all the time, but this really does not make any kind of sense at all.
Now, Stanford has a message for the boy's parents.
You should have put your weapon up so your 13-year-old son wouldn't have gotten this gun and shot my child. I am very hurt. I am very disappointed.
The teenage boy accused of shooting and killing Anaya has been taken into custody. Tonight, the investigation continues, and as soon as we have more, this is the playground where that little girl was playing when
Man, that's crazy.
She was fatally shot. Tonight, you can see a growing memorial.
Now, one thing I would say is I am so surprised that we have a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old at least playing on the playground, because these kids these days at 13 and 14-year-old, they not into playing on the playground no more. They into other stuff. Oh my God. So I'm surprised that they are playing on the playground, but that goes to show at least her character. I don't know about his because he did what he did, but she's still in the mind state of a child, of which she should be. You see what I'm saying? So she seems to be like an innocent child, like her mother claims she was. This dude went back home and put on all black and did what he did. Damn. And for this mother to stand in front of the camera and speak with so much conviction that she have, oh my God, she's strong. That's a strong woman right there. Goodness, because God, I would not be able, I'd be toe up. I don't think I would be able to stand in front of a camera. I don't know how that y'all muster up, and I'm speaking to the family of victims like this. I don't know how y'all do it.
memorial here in her honor. Family members telling me that her loss is unthinkable.
To the little boy that did this to Anaya, I'm not angry with you. I'm not upset with you, but I want you to know that I forgive you as of tonight, and I put you into the hand.
Look at this little girl's face to the left of her when she said, I forgive you as of tonight. You see what I'm saying? She's so young and immature right now. She don't understand that what this mother is doing is honorable. You see what I'm saying? And I understand where the little girl is coming from, because I would feel the same way. I want vengeance. But then that's evil. You know, that's an evil way of thinking. That's the wrong way of thinking it. Like she said, put it in the hands of the Lord. That's hard for us to do as humans. We want get back. I want some get back. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But look at the stank face that this little girl said, like, you forgive him. What? You tripping.
Of the Lord.
Powerful words coming from Sonia Stanford. She says she's the godmother of 14-year-old Anaya Zachary.
She was a sweet kid. She was an A honor roll student. Never had no problems. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you. No, thank you. This was a sweet baby.
Stanford says Anaya had been living with her for about a year. That is until today, when Baytown police say she was gunned down.
Said she was living with her for about a year. I wonder why she didn't have custody of her before, or was she living with her dad, or what's the situation
at this playground in their apartment complex on Village Lane.
It's very difficult. When I say difficult, it is very hard. It's like I'm still in a state of shock, but because I trust God and I know who God is, I'm kind of dealing with this.
And maybe that was just chilling at the playground. You know, sometimes these kids just be chilling at the playground. They don't be playing no more, so they could just be the spot, the hangout spot.
The suspected shooter, a 13-year-old boy and fellow schoolmate at Baytown Junior Middle School.
Our ex-Perez, did Naya bully the little boy on the bus? And she said, no, Mom.
Perez, that's that little girl
But
name.
they never did get along.
Today, it seems the
Damn,
discord took a turn for the worse.
Her and the little boy got into it on the bus, and he got off the bus. He went home. He came back.
He must like Anaya. Yeah, he like her.
He went home again. Anaya came in and asked me, Tia, can I go outside?
Then Stanford says the boy came back with a vengeance.
And he went home.
Now this right here is what stood out to me.
And put on all black, put on a black mask, and came back and called my baby's name, and he shot my baby 4 times.
That's wild business. That's wild.
Anaya was rushed to the hospital where she died.
If I knew that
this another thing that stood out to me.
It was an altercation. Me being who I am, again, being a mother, I would have went to the little boy's parents with Anaya to see if we can get this resolved.
That's what parents do from the old school. We don't have a lot of that going on today. You know, we just gonna ride with our kids, and if they causing trouble, and we know they troublemakers, but they coming at us lying and saying it's some other shit, or we gonna ride with our kids. You see what I'm saying? Instead of chastising our children, putting them in their place, reading them their rights when they wrong, and letting them know how they should be acting and navigating through this world. We want to enable the bullshit. So for her to say she would have went to the parents with Anaya to settle this, that sounds like good old school parenting right there. You know what I'm saying? Which you don't see a lot. You don't see a lot. But I'm not quite sure that she would have gotten the results that she would have been looking for, because what do we know about his parents? They leave guns around accessible for children to get to. So they probably aren't the most responsible. And I know sometimes things happen, and then you probably wouldn't think that your badass child would get a hold of a gun and go, do something as stupid as that. So we can't put it all the way on the parents, but there is some responsibility there.
Because stuff like this occur all the time, but this really does not make any kind of sense at all.
Now, Stanford has a message for the boy's parents.
You should have put your weapon up so your 13-year-old son wouldn't have gotten this gun and shot my child. I am very hurt. I am very...
Yeah, he had a crush on her. He had a crush on that cute little girl. That's messed up, man. That's messed up because it probably could have grown into a relationship had he played his cards right. Yeah, they didn't get along. They head butted. They probably roasted each other like a motherfucker. She probably thought he was cute too on the low, and he probably thought she was cute. Probably could have got to a point to where, you know what I'm saying, that he was like, you know what, shit, I kind of like her. Let me go ahead and shoot my shot. And that could be the beginning of a love story right there. Man, we couldn't stand each other, but I really had a crush on her. I just didn't know how to tell her. So what I did was I would pick on her. You know, I would call her names and stuff like that. And until I finally got the courage to tell her that I liked her. And then the rest is history. But he's so young, he's 14, you know what I'm saying? He don't understand that. He took a gun and took this little girl out. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Disappointed.
The teenage boy accused of shooting and killing Anaya has been taken into custody. Tonight, the investigation continues, and as soon as we have more, this is the place.
All right, so this article over here, according to the Neighborhood Talk, or this caption that they got over here, it says I'm sure it's an article because they probably posted it from somewhere else, or maybe not. I don't know. But let's get up into it. It says a 13-year-old boy in Baytown, Texas is facing murder charges after allegedly shooting and killing his 14-year-old classmate, Anaya Zachary, and now his parents are in trouble too. According to KPRC, the shooting happened on March 21st at the Village Lane apartment complex. The two teens had an argument on the school bus where the boy allegedly told Anaya, when I get out the bus, I'm going to KILLU today. So the boy knew that this gun was at his house and he knew that he could get to it. He had access to it. You see what I'm saying? This is what he already knew. It was premeditated. And what's so sad, this boy is 14 years old. So I don't know if he will be tried as an adult in the state of Texas. Maybe, maybe not. But he probably won't, and he probably won't serve that long. I say 10, 15 at the max. You know, maybe less. Where was I? I'm going to KILU today. After being dropped off at home, the boy made good on his alleged comment. He threw on all black, a ski mask, grabbed a gun from his parents' bedroom. From his parents' bedroom? So he come from a two-parent household? Walked to the apartment playground, called Anaya's name, and shot her 4 times, twice after she turned her back and tried to run, twice more once she fell. Damn. Anaya was rushed to the hospital, but sadly didn't survive. A woman that was nearby holding her baby also got hurt by straight gunfire, but she and the baby were cleared and released. Now, here's where it gets even messier. The gun, a Taurus 38 Special, came straight from mom and dad's room. According to investigators, the boy had known about the gun for weeks. He found it in the travel bag on the floor while looking for hair clippers. So they did have it put up. They just didn't have it secured. No lock or safe. Just lying there unprotected after the shooting. The boy stashed the weapon right back in the bag and continued on like nothing happened. So they didn't know that he found this. They just thinking that it's all good. They got it put up away. Damn. Now I don't know if this will be I don't know if this will help in the court of law because they still should have had a lock on it. You know, or put up in a safe somewhere. You know, I don't know. Well, let's get up into it. Where was I at? His parents, Kenneth Coney, 61, and Cassie Coney, 37. Damn. He like 25 years older than her. Have now been charged with the misdemeanor of making a firearm accessible to a child. So they just charged with the misdemeanor. So he probably got the big piece of the pie, which is manslaughter or murder. I think he's been charged with actual murder. After the shooting, the Coneys refused to speak to police or child protective services. Instead, they lawyered up and went silent while Anaya's family is left grieving. I miss her so much. It's not a day go by that I don't cry, said Anaya's godmother, Sonia Stanford. She also said she forgives the boy. Oh, so there was the grandmother. Oh, godmother. Did I say grandmother? There was godmother. Okay. So there was the godmother who was speaking like that. She said she forgives the boy and his parents, but wants justice. You left the gun where the baby could get his hands on it. So somebody else has to get charged besides that baby. What are y'all thoughts on this situation, man? This is very, 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 very unfortunate. This is a very sad story right here. You know, my condolences to the family. You know, to both families. I mean, neither family wanted this to happen. Yes, the mom and the dad of the boy was irresponsible by leaving it out, but they didn't intend on this happening. Yeah, we can call them irresponsible. We can say all of that, but we can't call them killers. You see what I'm saying? So, leave your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. All right, now this next story says woman allegedly impersonated ICE agent to kidnap ex-boyfriend's wife. This right here is crazy business. Let me hit this, and we probably got to add, so bear with me. And yeah,
Summer and triple-digit temps are right around the corner, and now's the
we're gonna mute that bad boy. Hit that like button. Let me know who you is and where you from. Let's see what's going down with this right here.
Investigators say a woman posed as an immigration officer to pull off a daring kidnapping. They also claim
This bitch don't even look like an immigration officer. Why would you do such a thing? Is it crack? Is it crack you smoking, ma'am?
Trans Battle had a police type radio and a business card to persuade another woman she was an ICE officer. According to the Bay County
And where was you gonna take her after you arrested her? To a fake jail?
Sheriff's Office, the victim eventually escaped. Now Battle faces kidnapping and other charges.
So the victim eventually escaped. So the victim didn't believe your ass either. The victim knew you was full of shit. Did she even have a weapon? All right, it says Baytown, Florida. Bay County. I'm sorry, we just did a Baytown. The story before this was Baytown. This is Bay County, Florida. A woman is accused of impersonating an ICE agent to kidnap her ex-boyfriend's wife. Investigators said LaTrance Battle, 52, allegedly posed as an ICE agent and kidnapped a woman in Florida. The Bay County Sheriff's Office said Battle showed up at the victim's home wearing a black shirt with ICE printed on the front. She allegedly showed a Sheriff's Office business card and had a handheld radio to give the impression that she was a law enforcement officer. Did she have a pistol, though? Maybe the person realized that she didn't have a pistol, and this is when she, went for her move, tried to break free and broke free. And with her being unskilled, untrained, non-professional, that ass got away from her. She wasn't able to contain the person she was trying to arrest because she ain't got the skills to do so. Did she even have some handcuffs on her? Damn. Battle told the victim that she needed to go with her to the sheriff's office. The victim said she believed Battle was an ICE agent. She believed it. Okay, so she bought it. And that she is in the process of becoming a legal United States resident. So the bitch really is illegal. That's wild. So this is wild. This just took a turn. Y'all arrested the impersonator, but not the person who is actually illegal. Please tell me they got rights of being here. Please tell me they got like a temporary status or something. Please tell me that, because why is we going after the person who's really supposed to be here? Maybe we could charge them still for impersonating law enforcement. That is a law. That's unlawful. It's a crime. So we can charge them for that. But where is the arrest for the illegal? Where's the deportation for the illegal? They get so much protection. You see what I'm saying? That's wild. Anyway, where we at? The victim said she believed that she was an ICE agent and that the victim, that she is in the process of becoming a legal United States resident. When they were in the car, Battle forcefully grabbed the victim's phone when she was trying to contact her lawyer and husband. After they arrived at an apartment complex, the victim suspected something was wrong. So she fled and called law enforcement, according to authorities. So once they got They got to an apartment complex instead of a jail. She like or a detaining place wherever they shelter these illegal immigrants before they deport them. They didn't arrive there. They arrived at some apartment. So the girl was like, "Oh, some spooky shit going on." You know what I'm saying? Let me call the police. She wasn't scared to call the police being in illegal. She must got to have some kind of temporary status of being here. Like she must got some kind of rights of being here, even though she's illegal. Maybe she's not a legal citizen, but she got some kind of permissions or something. I don't know. Battle was later arrested and charged with kidnapping, robbery by sudden snatching and impersonating a law enforcement officer. She is also charged with violating her probation. Damn. Why you do it to yourself? Why you do it to yourself? All right, we got one more before we get up out of here, man. It's been 2 long hours in this bad boy. We put in there work. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this off the let's scratch this one off the list right here. We got a man arrested days after winning $167 million Powerball jackpot. Imagine that, man. Imagine that. And I'm sure we got to add. Let's get up into it. Make sure that like button is lit.
Curious about our water.
Subscribe to the channel. Let me know who you is and where you from. If you just pulling up to the bootleg ass studio, this is the final story of the night. Damn. How you this lucky and unlucky at the same time?
A Kentucky tonight, a Kentucky man who claimed a multi-million-dollar lottery prize this week has now been arrested in Florida. On Sunday, our news team talked to James Farthing after he and his mother, Linda Grizzle, split a $167 million Powerball jackpot from a ticket that was bought at Clark's Pump and Stop in Georgetown. Now, according to an arrest citation, Farthing was at a hotel in Treasure Island, Florida, Tuesday night when an officer tried to intervene in an altercation. That's when the officer says Farthing kicked him in the face. Farthing is currently on parole for several convictions here in Kentucky.
Damn.
He is being held in Pinellas County, Florida tonight on a $10,000.
Look at him, boy. He got his shades on. He just hit a jackpot. He like, yeah, me and mama, hey, we rich now, baby. You ain't got to worry about Nathan. And you go on and do some shit like that. He was feeling good. He got this money in his pocket. He like, shit, I'm rich now. I'm above the law. Motherfucker, and they kicked him in the shit. Damn. Damn, man. It say he won the largest prize ever awarded in Kentucky. Okay, man. Okay, so it was in Florida, but a man from Kentucky who won $167 million lottery prize Saturday was arrested early Wednesday morning in Florida, according to police. James Farthing of Georgetown was taken into custody. Yada yada yada. Yeah.
You know his first selection.
Hold on, I'm trying to make sure this ain't the exact same thing. They love having the same information in the article. I was hoping to be some new information.
$1 million on parole for several convictions here in Kentucky. He is being held in Pinellas County, Florida tonight on a $10,000 bond. We are
Okay, so it's some information that's the same and some different. So we're gonna read this. Or say, okay, it says Farthing bought the $2 Powerball ticket for last Saturday's drawing and ended up making Kentucky lottery history with the largest prize ever awarded. He posed for photos with the celebratory check on Monday, but by Wednesday morning, Farthing was arrested. Only 2 days later. Damn. An arrest citation states Farthing was at a hotel Tuesday night when an officer tried to stop a fight. Okay, one person told Officer Farthing punched him during the altercation. The arresting officer said Farthing kicked him in the face and resisted arrest. I believe everything that was said now. Okay, so if the person told officers that Farthing, which is the guy who won the jackpot and is now arrested, punched him in the face during the altercation, I believe it because the arresting officer said that Farthing kicked him in the face. So I believe he was the aggressor the whole time. He got this money. He on a hiatus. He feel like he the shit. He feel like can't nobody stop him. He feel like he should be out for probation because he's now a rich man and that's beneath him. And maybe he feel like he can buy his way out of probation. I don't know, but sound like he's smelling himself. Since Farthing is charged with battery of a law enforcement officer, resisting an officer, and battery as well as violating parole. Farthing was on parole through August 2025 for charges in Kentucky. His court records include convictions of tampering with evidence, engaging in organized crimes, drug charges, receiving stolen property, and theft by unlawful taking. Farthing was said to split his lottery winnings with his mother, who said she would use the money to pay off debt. Well, damn. Well, damn. I hope mama got the lottery ticket and she can still cash it out. Sound like mama gonna be the sole winner of this $167 million payout. Sound like she gonna be the only one cashing out. How long do he got left on probation, or was it parole? It was parole. How long did he have left on parole? I wonder how long did he have originally? How long he got left, and shit, how much time he finna get for this new crime? Anyway, that's all for tonight, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up and kicking it with me, shooting the shit with me, and Sheldon Bootleg Ass Studio. Make sure that like button is lit. Subscribe to the channel if you just falling up in here. Bring it all the way back from the beginning and watch it from the jump. If you feel generous and want to bless, you can donate to the channel by Cash App. You can send it right there at the bottom of the screen. You see it floating. It's Sheldon VYBEZ 903. That's Sheldon VYBEZ 903. You can also donate to the channel by sending stars on YouTube, super chats on stars on Facebook, and super chats on YouTube. All right, that's it. We out. I appreciate y'all. It's been